You can keep writing your code for this video in the same class that you made during the last tutorial. I'm just going to make a new class just to keep everything organized. I'll just put it in the same package as the class from our first tutorial. So inside of first project, I'll hit new class, and I'll just name this one second tutorial. I'll give it a main method and hit finish. To start with, let's do some math. Let's make a variable. We'll call it number. It'll be an integer. I'll go int number equals 0. And now we're going to do some arithmetic. We're going to go number equals 10 plus 10. And as you can probably guess, number now has a value of 20. So if we printed it out, we would just get 20. Now let's go number equals 10 plus 10 times 10. In coding, similar rules apply as in math. So when this gets executed, then it'll just execute it using bedmiss. And the word for that we use in coding, instead of order of operations, we use operator precedence. So that's just the coding word for the order of operations. So number equals 10 plus 10 times 10 would just be executed with parentheses around the 10 times 10, which would evaluate to 100. So then the final value in number would be 110. And let's take it a step further and show what actually happens. So after this gets changed into 100, then this would change into 110. And then number equals 110 would execute. The single equals by itself is called the assignment operator. And you don't have to remember this, you'll see it a bunch and eventually it'll just stick in your head. But the name for it is the assignment operator. And assignment operators have the lowest precedence out of all the types of operators in coding. So that's why number equals 110 is getting executed last after all the other arithmetic is finished. And I'll just write out that same statement that we had before. Number equals 10 plus 10 times 10. If you wanted to change the order that this was going to get executed in, then just like in math, you could just put parentheses around whatever you want to get executed first. So if we wanted 10 plus 10 to be executed first, then we would just put parentheses around it, and then this would evaluate to 10 plus 10 being 20, and then 20 times 10 being 200. Let's print out the value that's inside of number and then do a little bit more arithmetic. I'm just going to print out inside of quotations, value in number, and then a colon. And then outside of the quotations, I'm going to put plus and then number. So this will print out what's inside of the quotations, just the text value in number, and then it'll print out the actual value that is inside of number. So if we run our program right now, then we'll just get 200 printed to the console. And now let's multiply our number by 5. We could do that by saying number equals number times 5, but there's a quicker way to do it, which is just number times equals 5. So now our number will be 1000 because we took the original value of 2000 and multiplied it by 5. And you can also do this with all the other arithmetic operators. So we could do number plus equals 5, which would just take the original value that was a number and add 5 to it. And we can do it with all of our other arithmetic operators as well. Let's take a look at 2 of those other arithmetic operators. Let's look at division. We'll go number equals number divided by 5. So division is just the /. And right now, if we print out the value of number, then we should get 205 divided by 5, which will be 41. And I'll just put some comments in here to keep everything organized. I'll write that number plus equals 5 is the same as number equals number plus 5. And number equals number divided by 5 is the same as number divided by equals 5. So just 2 different ways of writing out the exact same thing. Now let's go number divided by equals 5, which should give us a result of 8.2, I think, because 41 was the original value that we had in number, and now it's dividing that by 5. But we're not going to get 8.2, because when Java is dividing integers, it just gives you results in whole numbers. So it's just going to give us the result 8. So number is an integer. It can only hold integer values, which are whole values, so it can't hold 8.2 inside of it. So you might think, hey, let's just go do double number 2 equals 41 divided by 5. And then if we print that out, you would think, hey, maybe we'll just get the 8.2 now. But unfortunately, you don't. You still just get 8. Now it just has a 0.0 on the end, but it's not the 8.2 result that we want. What's happened here is Java's just done 41 divided by 5 using whole numbers again, just using integers. And it said, okay, 5 goes into 41 8 times, therefore the result is 8. To get it to do double division, we just have to put a decimal onto one of these. So if we went 41 divided by 5.0, then now it sees, okay, there's decimal values involved here, let's give a decimal answer. So now it'll give us the 8.2 that we probably want. And the last operator I want to look at is called the modulus operator. Let's go number modulus equals 7. So our number right now is 8, because we did 41 divided by 5 in integer division, which gave us the answer 8. So we're going to go 8 modulus equals 7. Modulus just means the remainder of division by. So this is just the same as writing out the remainder of division of 8 by 7. And 7 goes into 8 one time with 1 remainder. So now number is going to equal 1. Let's just print it out to see that it is 1. And don't worry if you can't remember all of this right away. You're going to write out a ton of examples that use these operators, and they'll stick with you as you write them out a whole bunch. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll put the link to this whole Java playlist in the description, as well as some links to some awesome Java books to check out. Thanks for watching.